Charlie Munger talks about inversion thinking. And so when we try and solve problems, it's actually easier to solve them in reverse. And especially when it comes to like making money and things like that, because we are naturally programmed to look out for threats. And so it's so much easier for us to find problems in things than it is like, why is it so much harder to be grateful than it is to find problems?
Sure.
So easy to find problems. But you can trick your mind into using that naturally ingrained mechanism, but to make you prosper. But you just trick it by saying, I want you to tell me how to stay poor. And you're like, hey brain, tell me how to destroy my business. And you think about every way that you could destroy your business. And if you really want to add a little juice to it, you say, how could I destroy my business in as few decisions as possible? And then you reverse those decisions and you say, these are the strategic anchors that fuel our business, right? Like if I had an email marketing business, like the first thing I would do is stop sending emails, right? It's the first thing I would do. The second thing I would do is probably like treat my entire team like crap. And if I didn't, incentivize them to do things that would be against the benefit of the business, right? So it's like you think through those few moves that would have the biggest swing on destroying your business, and those become the anchors for your strategy.
Right.
Rather than saying like, I want to get rich, how do I get rich? It's like, how do I stay poor and then avoid that? And then by default, become rich.
Do the opposite.
Yes. So number one is how to stay poor. Start tomorrow. Number two, read books, do nothing. And obviously with each of these, you can take the equal opposite. And so instead of starting tomorrow, start today. Instead of reading books and doing nothing, read the books and then take immediate action. Last one, how to stay poor. Focus on your lack of resources rather than your lack of resourcefulness.
Ooh, that's a good one. Do you think affirmations help people make more money or have more belief in themselves to be able to earn potential?
I think if they believe they do, they do. So it's like, I think Admiral McRaven said, he had that clip that went viral that like everything starts with,
making your bed.
Making your bed, exactly. And if you make making your bed mean I am somebody who follows through with my commitments, if I start with making my bed, then the next thing's going to get easier, and those are the things that you believe as a result of making your bed, then by all means. But making your bed does not make you sell more stuff. Right. Making your bed does not make you make more content. Making your bed does not get you to improve your product, right? But if you make making your bed mean something else, then sure. But I try to cut as many of those transmutations out and just get to the core as fast as I can.
Just take action.
Right, yeah, which is like, how do we wake up and then do the thing?
Yes,
right?
yes.
So that's, so to the degree affirmations are important. I think they're important if the person thinks they're important. But I think the thing that affirmations are linked to are the beliefs that we have about ourselves. And so that belief that you have needs to be reshaped into something closer to what reality reflects, which you can either do by the stories we tell ourselves, right? It can be by the evidence that you present yourself, which is something that I obviously cling very hard to, evidently. Or it can be something that probably has been something that you've been told your whole life that you don't even know you believe, which is my other favorite quote. The one that'll probably be my tombstone is, we question all of our beliefs except for those that we truly believe, and those we never think to question. I had very good personal finance hygiene that was taught from my parents. So another thing I was given, right? So number one is just spend significantly less than you make. I always did that. So that I got that just as a gift for coming into the world.
You didn't need more to feel good. You didn't need to buy more things.
No, that was always disconnected for me. My dad lived super cheap, and I was used to that. He lived far below his earning capacity. So spend less than you make, number one. The second one is, it's around what we were saying, which is that excess money, like people talk about investing, like the best investment is in increasing your earning capacity, is that you should be able to take that money and then invest it in a skill that makes you more money over time than it costs you to get it. Number two. Number three is that the fastest way to make more money is to gain access or buy access to communities of people who are making more money. Because there are so many intangibles that come from those communities, masterminds, Facebook groups, whatever you can get access to, that you'll learn so many perspectives that you have that are wrong. Like, it's too hard to quantify one because there's thousands of micro beliefs.
Yes.
And so it's spend less than you make, take the money that you're now saving and invest it in your earning capacity, and then get around those people who you want to emulate, who are all on the same path as you. Because one of the best ways to become an amazing swimmer is to join a champion swim team.